We are taking you into the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. A new call for action from Baltimore City residents who say they don't feel safe in their neighborhood. Coming up, we look at a recent rash of crimes involving juveniles. And as crime involving young people continues, there are new questions about the Juvenile Services Secretary and how he was appointed to the position. The concerns some former lawmakers are now raising. And the battle over book bans in classrooms continues. Plus, there's a new push from the GOP to ban older teens from making their own health care decisions. We're going to look at two high-profile bills that are making their way through Annapolis. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We are following a nationwide outage of cell service and how it could impact your ability to call 911 in an emergency. Tens of thousands of customers have lost cell service. That is according to the online digital tracking website Downtector. The biggest impact seems to be among AT&T users. The company is acknowledging the outage, saying it is working as quickly as possible to restore the service, and says customers should try to use Wi-Fi for emergency calls or use a phone that is on another network. The Maryland Department of Emergency Management is also monitoring the outage. In a tweet, they say, "We are aware of the widespread internet and cellular outages across Maryland and are monitoring the situation. Service is coming back online throughout the state this morning." Baltimore City leaders are touting a reduction in shootings and gun arrests among young people. But after a 13 and 19-year-old were shot in the city, with the 19-year-old dying, some residents say they just don't feel any safer.
This is the worst I've ever seen it, and I think it really boils down to there's no consequences. They need to crack down on the criminals that have guns, because criminals are always going to have guns.
Well, we have team coverage of the crime crisis. Shannon Lilly is taking a closer look at the concerns some former lawmakers have with the appointment process for Maryland's Juvenile Services Secretary. But we begin with Olivia Dance for an update on Baltimore's ghost gun lawsuit, as the numbers show that violence isn't slowing down. Olivia.
City leaders are celebrating Baltimore's lawsuit victory against Polymer 80, which is a ghost gun manufacturer. But gun arrests are actually down in several districts all across the city here, according to the latest BPD data. And the lawsuit has done little to ease the concerning number of guns in juvenile hands. The Eastern District is down 27% year to date, it's down 24%, followed by Northeast at 18%. In Southwest on Saturday, juveniles carjacked a man at gunpoint in Pigtown. And then in East Baltimore, a 17-year-old was shot in the face last month. According to statistical Constat data not used for reporting, citywide juveniles taken into custody for guns is down 50% from this time last year. The loss of control when it comes to juveniles and guns is, of course, raising concerns.
It's like the wild, wild west at times. Where they get these guns, I have no idea. This is the worst I've ever seen it, and I think it really boils down to there's no consequences.
You may remember that just last week, Baltimore police arrested a 17-year-old for murder. They say that he shot and killed a man in Northeast Baltimore. But for now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
Juvenile crime has been a focus of this year's legislative session in Annapolis, with Democratic lawmakers highlighting three pillars of their proposal. They want to extend probation for young offenders, expand certain criminal charges to children as young as 10, and then reform the intake process within the Department of Juvenile Services. Now, part of that bill would require DJS to get cases to state's attorneys in 15 days rather than 25. Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates says he'd like to get the cases even sooner.
I would love to be able to be there day one with the intake. That way we can work with the police to put together a better case. 15 days I still feel is way too long.
Well, parts of the proposal are in conflict with the messaging from DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi, who has argued against probation and parole for young offenders. Fox 45 News has heard from Schiraldi's former colleagues in New York and D.C. who claim that his policies made the situation worse in their respective cities. Shannon Lilly brings us more insight from some former Maryland lawmakers who are questioning the process that led to Schiraldi's appointment.
Well, this morning we are hearing from former State Senator Jim Brochin about the committee that ultimately made the call to put Schiraldi in the position that he's in today. And Brochin believes that that committee itself is in desperate need of repair.
The meeting's at 5:30 on Mondays. You show up a quarter to 5 or 5 o'clock, and there's a notebook with 400 pages in the notebook. And you got 400 pages in there, and the first person comes up, and you're like scrambling and going through the resume.
Now, Brochin understands this process because he sat on the Senate's Executive Nominations Committee for years. And it was 1 year ago this week in Annapolis that committee gave the green light for Vincent Schiraldi to become Juvenile Services Secretary. But Brochin is shedding light on that process, saying the committee is tasked with examining hundreds of the governor's appointees from all different departments in just a matter of days. So it's a monumental task, which Brochin says leaves little time to investigate. In Schiraldi's case, Schiraldi himself testified before the committee, but there was no one to testify about Schiraldi's policy breakdown in Washington or the outrage generated during his short stint in New York.
How did he get there in the first place? And he got there in the first place because potential opponents of his were not brought to the table by staff and by the system, so the people on committee could listen to both sides of the issue.
And keep in mind, Schiraldi was the governor's only cabinet secretary who is not unanimously approved by the state Senate. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Our recent Your Voice, Your Future panel discussion with Armstrong Williams focused on juvenile crime in Maryland and what actions lawmakers should be taking. You can watch it this Friday on Fox 45 right after the news at 11:35 p.m. It will also be on the CW Baltimore Saturday at 1 p.m. and then on My TV Baltimore Sunday at 7 p.m. 11:07 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, a bill making its way through Annapolis would strip some medical rights from older teens. Current state law lets those who are 16 and older consent to gender-affirming care. But a group of Republican lawmakers and 3 Democrats want to change that. They're sponsoring a bill to prohibit teens from receiving gender-affirming care without parental consent. In Maryland, it is unclear, though, how many kids fall within the scope of the new bill. Trending number 2, the battle over book bans in classrooms continues. Lawmakers are debating the Freedom to Read Act. The bill includes protections against discrimination for public school and public library workers, along with the books in their libraries. It calls to establish standards for state-funded libraries and says in parts that libraries should not ban or remove material over partisan disapproval. Trending number 3, Baltimore County Executive Johnny Olszewski is picking up some key endorsements in his run for Congress. The seat currently belongs to Dutch Ruppersberger, and now he and Steny Hoyer are throwing their support behind Olszewski.
I've known him since he was in high school, and I've watched him grow, and I've watched how he handles people, and he's smart. He's a good man. He's honest, and he will make hard decisions if he has to. All these things you have to do in politics. And Johnny, you're going to be a great 2nd District Congressman.
Well, since launching his campaign last month, Olszewski has garnered support from over 75 leaders across Maryland. Trending number 4, new polling shows former Governor Larry Hogan with a double-digit lead in the race for Senate. The Ragnar Research Partners polls have Hogan leading both Angela Alsobrooks and David Trone in a hypothetical matchup. Hogan leads Trone by 16 points and Alsobrooks by 23. Trending number 5, one lucky lottery player has won the coveted Raven Seats for 20 years prize.
All right, turn your attention to the screen.
He saw his name come up. Each year, the Maryland Lottery picks one lucky player to win that prize, which gives them a pair of club-level seats to every Baltimore Ravens home game for the next 20 years. This year, Thomas Humphreys of Nottingham was picked from more than 800,000 entries. Whew. Well, still ahead, there is a new trend. Expectant parents are hiring baby naming consultants. What? To help them pick a name? Coming up, the 3 questions the experts say parents need to consider. Do I like it? It's 4, but you get the picture. But first, Donald Trump says he needs more time before he can start paying $355 million judgment out of New York, why he says he shouldn't have to start paying right away.
And we're getting ready for our next weather maker as showers enter the state. I'll let you know when to expect rain here and impacts to your evening commute in my full forecast.
Taking a look at your social stream at 11:11 here on Fox 45 News Midday. Donald Trump asking the judge in his civil fraud case to hold off on enforcing his $355 million judgment. Trump's legal team argues that the penalty should be delayed because they believe New York Attorney General Letitia James is rushing the process. As it stands, Trump will have 30 days to pay the penalty once the judgment is entered to post bond and appeal. Your reaction to it, you've got a couple different sides. One person says Trump's appeal hearing should be held first. The immediate enforcement just shows the court's obvious bias even further. Another saying Trump testified that he had $400 million cash. Time to pay. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell must pay $5 million in election data dispute. A federal judge ruled in favor of a software engineer who challenged data that Lindell provided about the 2020 election. It comes after Lindell offered participants of a challenge $5 million to prove that it was not real election data. You're saying Lindell could have saved himself a lot of money by accepting that people know how to manage elections and count votes. Another person saying MyPillow prices about to skyrocket. Well, a new pair of giant pandas will head to the San Diego Zoo. San Diego Zoo officials say China's government plans to send two pandas to the zoo. Officials say the two bears are expected to arrive as early as this summer. China's government loans giant pandas to zoos around the world to help breed cubs and increase the panda population. They are so cute. One person saying one small step for pandas, one giant leap for the U.S.-China relationship. Another saying pandas are the embodiment of cuteness. Happiness is seeing a cute panda eating bamboo. Well, a word to the wise, especially for overachievers. Your extra work outside of the office could be contributing to your downfall instead of landing you that promotion. Coming up, why experts say you need to detach at the end of the day. And if you've got a partner who snores, a simple change in diet could help. The new research that suggests eliminating this one thing could help reduce snoring. 11:14, you're watching Fox 45 News Midday. 11:15. We're back now with a live look over the Inner Harbor. Things are dry now, but the next round of rain is heading our way. Coming up, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is timing it all out for us. We are following breaking news here at the Live Center. U.S. officials are warning Americans in Russia to get out and stay out. That's after a California woman with dual U.S.-Russian citizenship was arrested. The 33-year-old now faces up to 20 years in a Russian prison. She is accused of treason. Her employer says the allegation is that she gave just over $50 to an American charity that supports Ukraine. But experts say Russia's real focus is using her as a bargaining chip. A health alert for you now. Bans on menthol appear to be effective at getting people to quit smoking. That's according to new research, which found about 24% of smokers quit within about a year or two after menthol was banned. It also found that about half of menthol smokers who did not quit switched to non-menthol cigarettes. Kids who wear school uniforms may be getting less daily physical activity than those who do not. A new study finds enforcing school uniform policies could potentially limit how much physical activity those students get daily. Researchers found that in countries where most schools require students to wear uniforms, only 16% met the average 60 minutes of daily activity recommended by the World Health Organization. In countries where uniforms are not as common, 19.5% met the recommendation. Still pretty low. Cutting meat out of your diet may help prevent snoring. Are you ready for that trade-off? A new study finds a person's diet may impact their risk of developing sleep apnea. Researchers found those who ate a more plant-based, healthy diet were less likely to have sleep apnea than those who ate meat. Trending now, a private U.S. spacecraft will attempt a moon landing this evening. Intuitive Machines launched the unmanned lunar lander last week. It is carrying a bunch of experiments for NASA and other companies. The Odysseus is aiming for the moon's south pole, which is full of craters and full of cliffs. If the landing is successful, though, it will be the first private outfit to do so. 11:18 and time now for today's talking point. The key to becoming a better employee could be thinking less about your job. That is according to new research that finds it is difficult for leaders to perform well if they can't separate work from their personal lives.
Rather than going home at the end of the day and taking time to detach and mentally disconnect, what we'll see sometimes is leaders will continue to ruminate and think about work-related issues or problems that they have. And what that does is it makes them come back the next day to work feeling less energized.
Researchers found other employees even benefit from when their managers use their time away from the office to recuperate. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now, and it amazes me sometimes the things that we do studies on that just seem common sense. Of course you need to take a break from work time to time.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with kind of job.
All right, so obviously Mark took a break from his job right now, or at least his mic did, because it's not working. We can't hear you, sir. But you know what? We've got your wild and wonderful weather instead for you. We've got meteorologist Jasmine Lomax here. Hey, Jasmine.
Hey, Patrice. We are taking a look at this stunning photo coming in this morning. This was in Indiana from a storm system, and it's actually that same system that's going to be heading our way, bringing us the next chance for rain starting later today. Now, it's not going to be a washout for the day, but the rain could have an impact on your evening commute home and possibly on your morning commute with showers through the morning. So if you will be out and about into the early afternoon, you're good to go. Right now we're at 48 and already above average with overcast skies over Baltimore. We've got winds out of the southeast around 9 miles per hour, and around the state, temperatures are mainly in the 40s, a couple spots higher up still in the 30s, but we're talking a fairly mild day today ahead of those showers. Here's a look, and we're still dry around the Baltimore area, but closer to the state line, we're seeing some areas of rain. We could be clipped by a few isolated showers, but again, later in the days when we expect that weather maker. This is all as a warm front continues to move toward the north. We'll have those showers clip our region, and it'll be followed by a cold front. So notice as we head later into the day, we'll have those showers possibly impacting your commute. The rain will continue overnight, but once we get to about 6-7 a.m., a lot of that rain starts to taper and it pushes over toward the eastern shore, all as that cold front clears our region. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies tomorrow afternoon, but you can expect a nice and fairly warm day with highs reaching the upper 50s. That's all before the cool air settles in on Saturday. So we have that chance for scattered showers for the second half of the day, and then we're looking at a few spotty showers tomorrow morning. Then we stay dry over the weekend and into early next week, but by the middle of the week, our rain chances will start to increase. So we're talking high temperatures around 52. Tomorrow, 59 and well above average, 43 and cool and breezy on Saturday, 49 on Sunday, and then a big rise in temperatures next week. We're looking at the 50s and the 60s. Back to you.
I like the way that sounds. Thank you, Jasmine. Still ahead, food delivery is going high tech. Coming up, where new robots are being deployed to deliver food. And get your ticket before it's too late. Tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot has crossed the $500 million mark for the first time this year. Coming up, just how much is up for grabs? And a big night of all-new TV. First at 8, it's Next Level Chef. Then at 9, it's an all-new Farmer Wants a Wife. And then stick around for Fox 45 News at 10 and the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. $11:25. Don't miss this. Jimmy Carter becomes the first president ever to see the White House ornament honoring his legacy. The White House Historical Association revealed its official 2024 White House Christmas ornament on Wednesday. It marks the first time in history that a president has still been alive when their ornament was unveiled. Well, the Mega Millions jackpot has passed the $500 million mark for the first time in a year. Friday's drawing offers an estimated $525 million payoff. Mega Millions holds the distinction of being the only lottery game to have awarded 5 different jackpots worth more than $1 billion. Whew. Apple is taking an even bigger swing at sports. The company launched a free app for iPhone users that delivers real-time scores and stats and even optional live betting. Apple Sports will offer live data from the NBA, the NHL, and MLS. Dunkin' is rolling out a new drink line. It's added a new caffeinated energy drink to its menu. Sparked Energy comes in berry burst and peach flavors. Dunkin' says they are made with vitamins, minerals, and a kick of caffeine. According to Dunkin's website, a large drink has about 192 milligrams of caffeine. It's time now for your lunch break. Uber Eats is launching robot deliveries in Japan. The deliveries will start next month in parts of Tokyo. The robots are designed to avoid obstacles, move at roughly the same speed as a walking adult, yield to pedestrian, and stop at traffic lights. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Hey, Patrice, do you like adventure? Well, if so, this might be for you. An airline is offering brave travelers the chance to board a flight to an unknown destination. Coming up, the one clue guests will get. Stick around for Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with radio personality Shay Parker from 92Q and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, everybody, ladies.
Happy Friday.
Let me tell you right now, international travelers on the couch. Now, If you like adventure, listen up. An international airline is offering travelers a mystery flight to an unknown destination. Thrill seekers will board the flight from Copenhagen, but where they're going won't be revealed ahead of time. The only clue travelers have been given is that the flight itself will last a few hours. The mystery trip is scheduled for April.
Okay.
So we got our two international travelers who just got back. So would you do it?
Absolutely. You know, I mean, that's a good clue.
You ain't scared?
No.
She didn't even hesitate.
No.
Well, Shay, you just got back. You just got back from international destination.
Okay, so it sounds like a good idea, but I do have questions because they said they're only going to tell you that the flight is a few hours.
Right.
I need to know the exact time frame. How long am I going to be on this flight?
Now, Lady T, used to being flued out. Would you?
Am I?
Ooh.
Like, why you always?
Why you telling your business?
He do always
like to be
tell my
flued out, but a
business.
couple hours. How far can it be? I mean,
I don't know. So it said 1,000 of them said yes. That's too much for me. I just can't deal with that. Like I need to know where I'm going so I can dress appropriately. I need to be beautiful in all climates.
Over here to one.
I need to be beautiful in all climates. But then also 1,000 people might not come back is what it's looking like. So because baby, I don't know where they're going.
What if that plane goes missing?
What if the plane goes missing? I need to know. Like, you know,
optimist,
too much.
pessimist.
What you trying to say?
It has happened before.
Okay, you saw the show. Watch Manifest.
Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, in a new trend, expectant parents are hiring baby naming consultants to help them pick a name. One consultant is now sharing tips saying you need to think about how the name will sound in real-life situations. Think about how the name looks on a graduation announcement, a job application, a wedding invitation. Picture how people respond to hearing the name out loud before committing to a name that sounds good in your head. Shay, this sounds like somebody they just got to hustle. They just got a paper. They got a new thing to make some money.
Let me tell you something. My grandma was my parents' birth baby name consultant because my mom wanted to name me Mercedes.
Oh,
you know, it was the 90s.
People named after cars.
That was the time.
Yeah,
and then my
I miss
dad
those days.
actually wanted to name me Sojourner, like Sojourner.
That's two different camps there.
Grandma, thank you for intervening. And being a ram in the bush.
Well, listen, it's the ancestors that really, really help you.
Some people need the consultant.
You're either going to save your people or drive your people to freedom.
There you go. There you go.
Jasmine, what do you think? A consultant? Would you hire somebody to name your child?
No, that's a waste of money.
Isn't that a part of the whole thing? Like you want to pick something that's tied to your family?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And how much
to you?
How much are the consultant prices going for something like that? Because I feel like it's probably expensive.
Oh,
it's a hustle. I mean, look,
for a consultant.
Baby Lady T. We would never have Baby Lady T if somebody did not name.
Oh Lord, I cannot with you.
That seems like it's something for people who really need help.
I feel like there's a lot of desperation there, but I don't know. I don't feel like you need a consultant. Now, if you have money for it, I think you should go ahead on and do it. If not, just name something with an Isha at the end. Something with an Isha at the end is okay. Car names are good. I feel like Mercedes. You could
Brittany.
You don't know the success you could have had with a Mercedes, baby. I'm trying to say.
Hyundai has now entered the building.
Yeah, Hyundai.
It was a time when nobody wanted to be named.
Remember when Honda was a something?
Speaking of pregnancies, when it comes
oh my goodness,
Honda, baby.
I love it.
Speaking of pregnancy, when it comes to fashion, maternity clothes have come a long way in the past years, but one fashion brand is giving moms a good laugh with their recent ad saying the model looks photoshopped with excessive curves. One person jokingly tweeting, "This is exactly how a pregnant woman looks." Others saying there's no way a person made the ad, and that's an AI.
That doesn't even look like how pregnant people look.
This is making me mad.
This looks, that picture.
No one looks like that.
No.
Listen, I don't know.
This is the exact reason why we have, self-image issues in our country.
It's true.
We're seeing images like that, and no pregnant body looks like that.
She was 110 pounds with the little pregnant stomach.
It looked like a fanny pack. Somebody put a little fanny pack in the front, was like, ta-da!
Fanny pack with no fanny. Okay.
I know.
Right,
and that's Shein. House of Shein is thriving, except for that moment right there. I don't like that.
I hate it.
Shay, you're glad you're back from the international trip.
Yes.
So what can we expect tomorrow? You back tomorrow on the radio?
Okay, well, I was actually back on the radio 2 days ago.
Okay,
yeah, it moves quick. You don't get an extra day off. Get yourself back in that studio. But I had such an amazing time in Thailand, and now, I'm back here in America with capitalism trying to work.
All right.
You know how it
That's
goes.
what it is.
Coming up, more capitalism. Jazz is going to give us who just also got back from some foreign country. And then Lady T is going to be back, too.
I was like, what?
From some foreign country, too. That's right.
Okay, y'all.
All right, coming up, Malia Obama is going by a new name. What? Coming up, Lady T shares a new stage named the former daughter is debuting. Really? That's interesting. But first, a new way to safely clean your ceiling fans. How to keep things clean without pulling out a tall ladder. Stick around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
If you have ceiling fans and you know they can be a pain to clean in today's American Steals and Deals, Nick Calderon shares the details about a cleverly designed tool that will make your life easier.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I don't like to clean. There, I said it. Do you feel like you're cleaning constantly and somehow there's still dust everywhere? I live in the desert and everything is dusty all the time. It's just part of life. Well, that dust could be hiding and raining down from one of those hard to reach areas like your ceiling fan. You know it's dusty up there, but it's always such a hassle to clean. Problem solved. This is the Blade Maid. It's specially designed to remove dust from those tricky areas like your ceiling fan. The cleaning head is uniquely crafted to capture dirt and dust from all sides of your blades all at once. It makes it kind of fun. Trapping debris in its microfiber, machine washable pads so it's not getting all over the rest of your house, making you have to clean again. And watch this. The telescoping handle makes ladders virtually unnecessary. Plus, if you don't have a ceiling fan, you can still use the Blade Maid because the head transforms to a pad that you can clean vents and baseboards and other hard-to-reach nooks and crannies. Last week, I was up on a ladder in my living room, hoping not to break my neck, trying to knock down spider webs and dust. It was a pain. I wish I had one of these at the time. Right now, we're offering 30% off the Blade Maid. Head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Fidelity Investments.
As a spotlight on love and relationships comes to a head every February, Fidelity Investments 2024 Couples and Money Study reveals couples may not be as aligned as they thought. Here to discuss the study's findings and more is Meredith Stoddard, Vice President of Education at Fidelity Investments. Meredith, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm great. So what did your study reveal about the key areas couples agree or disagree on?
Yeah, we did find that about 45% of couples argued about money at least occasionally. So you're not alone if you're in that camp. 1 in 3 disagreed on major goals. So what are they? How much to save? And 1 in 4 did say that money is their biggest relationship challenge. It's not all bad news, though. We did find that couples who communicated regularly and had conversations were a lot more aligned in where they're trying to go. For those who are struggling, we did find a surprising data point, which was that about 1 in 3 didn't didn't know how much their partner made. So for those who are looking to start with something easy, that might be a good place to start.
Now, there are resources that Fidelity provides to help couples strengthen their communication dynamics.
We put together checklists and articles and other resources at fidelity.com/couples. We did group it around 3 key themes. So the 3 C's: communication, having those conversations regularly at whatever interval works for you. So whether that's monthly or quarterly or even for some annually, but just come to the table early and often. You'll build those skill sets and start to get yourself on the right track. Second is collaboration. So making sure that you listen to just as much as you talk, and that you don't assume the person who comes to the relationship with more knowledge has all the control. So giving each other a voice and a way to weigh in here. And then finally, confidence. So getting those skills built and having those conversations regularly can help you align on a plan and make you feel like you're working together as you go towards something.
Why might couples not be aligned on some topics and how they can navigate the path to financial harmony?
Yeah, I mean, even couples who have seemingly similar backgrounds can come to the table with different norms and assumptions. And so sometimes just those unsaid things can be what gets in the way. So what's normal in your family that you grew up in might not be what's normal in your partner's family, or what you want to be the norm going forward for the two of you. And so figuring out what those are and not delaying on having the conversations. We did find that a good number of couples would just sort of ignore the problem and push it down the road. And the reality is that waiting doesn't make it go away. And these are skills that you can build by practicing, coming together, figuring out where you align, and building from there.
I mean, such powerful information. Where can our viewers go to get more of this information?
Go to fidelity.com/couples.
Thanks so much. Great seeing you.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, take care. Still ahead, Beyonce makes history, and Wendy Williams' family is opening up about her current struggles. Lady T shares their concerns. Coming up. And it's time to spill the tea. This Thursday, Lady T joins us right now. What's up, Lady T?
Hello, fellow tea sippers. All right, here is your tea. Let's start off with Wendy Williams. All right, that's a name we haven't heard in a while, y'all. Her family is speaking out after her recent struggles. Now, her sister, her niece, and brother discussed the past 3 years of her life. Now, they spoke with People magazine about the battle for Wendy's future. Her family claims they don't even get to see her often. So Wendy's in a facility where apparently she can reach out to them, but they can't like call her or reach out to her. And she has some kind of cognitive issues. She forgets who they are at times. Now, she was filming a documentary, but it took a drastic turn. It went from filming her comeback story, you know, because she was going to start back up with a podcast, to filming a battle for her life. But it's finished, and we get to see it this weekend, y'all. So the 4.5-hour special will be on Lifetime in 2 parts, count them 2. It's called Where is Wendy Williams? And it airs 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday on Lifetime. I need to see this. They said it's going to be shocking, and you're going to be a little bit devastated. So I can't wait to see it, Mark.
I know. I mean, I feel bad. I feel sad. Like, she's struggling for her life.
Yes, I really feel like, I know she's like the queen of spilling tea, so I always looked up to her. So I'm really sad about where things have gone with her. But just keep her in prayer, y'all, okay?
Wow.
All right. Up next, you guys, let's shed some light on the next generation for a second. Malia Obama, daughter of our former POTUS, President Barack Obama, her Hollywood career is taking off. Now, she recently made her film directing debut. Malia submitted her short film to, it's called The Heart, and she submitted it to the 2024 Sundance Film Festival. Now, fans did a little bit of a double take, though, because she went by a different name. Sis has a new stage name, and it's Malia Ann, just her first and her middle name. Now, she dropped the last name Obama, but I think she's found her identity, and I think that's great. Now, she did receive a lot of praise for her film she worked on. It was produced by Donald Glover. So it seems like this is only the beginning for her Hollywood career. I'm kind of proud of her.
Yes,
I like
keep
that.
the last name. Keep the last name.
You think she should?
Yes.
But I think she was trying to set herself apart from
Francis
the family.
Ford Coppola and his daughter.
He's like, no, she's legacy. Keep the Obama name.
That's right. Keep the legacy. What is Francis Ford Coppola's daughter's name? I can't remember her name.
You said who? Who? The rest of whose name? Wait, which ones?
Francis Ford Coppola, her daughter.
Okay, we don't know. Okay, let's just keep it going. Anyway, up next is the tea. Keep pouring. Lastly, major shout out to the Queen Bee. Okay, all hail the Queen Beyonce. The singer just made history again. Her new song, Texas Hold'em, is #1. It took the top spot on Billboard's Billboard's country top songs. Now, the song 16 Carriages is ranked #9, but you know, Texas Hold'em was, of course, #1, and it's what's better than that? Beyonce is the only other solo woman with no accompanying artist to achieve this, other than Taylor Swift back in 2021. Both songs were released February 11th during the Super Bowl. The Queen Bee showing that no Grammy snub is stopping her shine. Congrats to her. So she's #1. I love it. Do you like the song? Did you hear it?
This ain't Texas. Yeah.
And we'll hold 'em. I love the song. I like 16 Carriages too, though. It's #9, but I still like it. Yeah, so major things coming to her. That's it for the tea for today. Thank you all for the tea anniversary shout outs. Now, y'all know what to do at home. Go ahead and sip on all that tea.
And now for your best weather in America, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is in the building. Jasmine!
Thanks, Mark. We are heading to New York for this absolutely beautiful sunrise from this morning. Just look at the orange colors, a really stunning picture there. Here we started the day with some sunshine, but now we're getting ready for our next weather maker. The clouds have moved in, so it's starting to look a little more gloomy, but the rain doesn't arrive until later today, so if you plan on driving anywhere, maybe getting lunch over the next couple hours, you're good to go. It's later into the evening when we have that rain moving in, and it could impact your commute. 48 currently and overcast over Baltimore. We've got a light breeze with winds out of the southeast around 9 miles per hour, and we're seeing temperatures mostly in the 40s across the state. Now, many of us dealing with those clouds ahead of that next weather maker. We're seeing a couple of showers closer to the state line, but again, in the evening, we expect more rain. As part of this larger system, we have a warm front that's lifting north. We have a cold front that's going to follow that, and it will lead to cooler temperatures on Saturday. So notice as we continue into the late afternoon and evening, we have that chance for rain, which could mean some wet roads for your commuter, a little bit of drizzle. Then as we continue into the evening, still talking about a few showers. The rain will continue overnight, lasting into early tomorrow morning. Many of us are going to be dealing with cloudy skies by the afternoon. However, a few showers possible along the eastern shore. As we head into the afternoon tomorrow, it does look mostly dry with with high temperatures in the upper 50s, but you'll start to notice the effects of that cold front on Saturday as we get ready for a cool and blustery day. We'll stay dry on Sunday and Monday, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday, our rain chances start to increase as we prepare for another system. So we're looking at temperatures rising to the low 50s this afternoon with rain chances increasing later in the day. We'll start tomorrow with a few showers, 59 for the high, and then only 43 on Saturday, 49 on Sunday. Then for the rest of the week, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Back to you.
Hey you guys, I'm Lady T and I'm here at the K-Pearl Tea Room on Main Street in Sykesville. And it is beautiful in here and the best place obviously to spill the tea. It is award season and right now we're looking at your Oscar nominations. Let's talk about who has the most nominations. Of course, I feel like we all know Oppenheimer coming in with 13 nominations, obviously leading the way. I'm pretty sure we're gonna walk away with at least 5 awards. Okay, so here are my picks for who I believe is gonna win the Oscars. All right, so up first, Best Picture. Of course, I'm going with Barbie, all pink, everything. I love it. Margot Robbie, you've got Issa Rae, you've got all the greats in there. I really think they're gonna take it all. I will be so upset if Oppenheimer takes the whole thing. I'm gonna be like, come on, they've got at least 10 other categories they could win. Give Barbie this one. Best Actor. I went to see Rustin, okay? And I'm really feeling Colman Domingo really did an amazing job, really moving parts. I really am kind of rooting for the underdog in this. I really think he can win it. I think he can take it. That would be an upset. I like that. Best Actress, I'm of course gonna go with Emma Stone. I just feel like she's so funny. She has such a great personality. I feel like she really puts a lot into the roles that she does. I'm gonna go with Emma Stone for Poor Things, right? Lily Gladstone was pretty good, but Emma Stone. Emma Stone all day, she's gonna take it. That's my girl, okay? Up next, okay, I'm going Oppenheimer for Best Director. Because Barbie's not in the category, I gotta go with Oppenheimer. I don't have a choice there. So we're gonna go Oppenheimer, okay, for Best Director. I really wish Greta Gerwig was in here though. I really feel like they really snubbed her on that and I really feel like she should have been in it. A little bit of a snub there. Best Supporting Actor. This category had Robert Downey Jr. and he's a standout. So of course, I do believe he's gonna take it. Or wouldn't it be great if Ryan Gosling, the Ken from the Barbie movie, won it? So I think I'm gonna go with Ken. I'm gonna go with our guy, Ryan Gosling. I think he should take Best Supporting Actor. I really like that one. Best Supporting Actress. Oh, I love America Ferrera from Barbie. I love Davine Joy. But I'm gonna go with Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple. I love that movie. She did an amazing job. She's so fantastic. She's a standout for me. So I am rooting for her. My girl, she's gonna take it. That's it for my picks. The 96th Annual Academy Awards. It's gonna be Sunday, March 10th. I'm gonna have a TCAP for you. So you gotta stay tuned to see if all of my guesses were correct. I think I'm right. I think I picked the right picks. All right, stay tuned.
Lady T, we're looking forward to those TCAPs. Now, still ahead, an airline is offering a travel to a mystery destination. Coming up, the one clue travelers are being given, and if you're adventurous enough to take part. And if you love adventure, listen up. An international airline is offering travelers a mystery flight to an unknown destination. Thrill seekers will board the flight from Copenhagen, but where they're going won't be revealed ahead of time. The only clue travelers have will be the flight itself will last a few hours. The mystery trip is scheduled for April. And we wanted you to tell it, would you be adventurous enough to take a mystery trip to an unknown destination? 79% of you saying, not my thing, while 21% of you saying, sign me up. We got a great show lined up for tomorrow. If you're too busy to work out during the week, a new study finds only exercising on the weekend may burn just as much fat as daily exercising. Coming up on tomorrow's show, the caveat to the study.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
Know about that one. Now, I'm curious about that. I can't wait for tomorrow to find out what the deal is. Now, thanks for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and wherever you find us. Have a